Welcome to today's video, only to find something much darker waiting in their new home. This is the chilling account of what happened to Nate and Jenna Collins in the house on Sycamore Lane. Sycamore Lane wasn't the kind of place people stumbled upon. It was tucked deep in the hills of rural Connecticut, off a road that twisted through miles of trees and seemed to vanish from GPS the second you turned off Route 22. The houses there were old, colonials built in the late 1800s. Big, creaking structures with stone basements, wraparound porches, and the kind of charm that came with secrets. Nate and Jenna Collins moved in from New York City, tired of rent, noise, and the ceaseless press of people. Jenna was 5 months pregnant, and Nate had just landed a remote job. They wanted quiet, time to slow down. The house was a 3-story colonial with green shutters, faded by time. It came with 2 acres of land, a barn out back, and a neighbor you could barely see through the trees. The first night, they drank wine on the porch. The crickets were loud, and the stars were endless. "This was the right move," Jenna said. "Yeah, it finally feels like ours," Nate replied. They didn't see the face in the attic window. By the second week, the charm was wearing thin. Nate was constantly fixing things: leaky pipes, flickering lights, a basement door that wouldn't stay shut. Jenna swore she kept hearing strange noises upstairs. Not creaks, whispers, faint and distant. "You're just anxious," Nate said over coffee. "New house, new baby. It's a lot." But that night, with no wind, Jenna heard them again. Whispers floating through the air vents. Urgent, hushed, angry. The vents led to the attic, a space they hadn't explored. It was sealed with a heavy hatch, painted shut. Nate pried it open one Saturday. The attic was L-shaped, dusty with mildew. A single wooden chair sat in the center, facing the window. "The same window from the porch," Jenna said. She wouldn't step inside. "Why is the chair facing the window?" "Maybe someone liked to read up here?" Nate joked, but there were no books, just the chair. That night, the whispers got louder. Jenna lay awake, listening to the baby monitor and the footsteps above. Nate found nothing, except the chair had moved just inches. A week later, Jenna explored the backyard. She hadn't gone near the barn before. It was chained shut, looming behind the house. Curiosity got the best of her. She used bolt cutters to get inside. Inside was worse than the attic. Thick dust, rusted tools, and a sour metallic scent. In a corner, crates spilled open with black and white photographs. Dozens of families, all in front of the same house. This house. In every photo, a tall, thin man lingered in the background, sometimes in a window, sometimes behind a tree. Jenna stuffed one photo into her pocket. That night, she showed Nate. These are dated 1923, 1948, 1976. He's in every one. One showed a pregnant woman. "He's watching her, too," Jenna said. They didn't sleep. Jenna clutched the photo as she dozed off. In the morning, it was gone. That morning, the attic door was open again. The chair had moved again. The baby monitor picked up voices, faint, guttural. Delilah. Over and over. Neither of them recognized the name. They searched town archives. In 1952, Delilah Grange had lived there. She died in childbirth. A later article mentioned a neighbor hearing knocks every night until they moved. That night, the knocks started. Front door, back door, attic hatch. Nate set up cameras. The next day, they were dead. Batteries drained, memory cards wiped. Then Jenna saw him, a tall figure at the tree line. She blinked. Gone. That night, she dreamed of him standing beside her bed, whispering, "Delilah." In the morning, the name was scratched into the wall. They called a priest, saged the house. Nothing worked. Then Jenna went into early labor. Nate called for help. Dead line. Car wouldn't start. Truck failed, too. In the chaos, he heard knocking from inside. The attic. He ran up. The chair was overturned. The window open. The man from the photos stood in the middle. "She's not yours," he whispered. The flashlight exploded. Nate woke up to silence. Jenna was gone. So was the baby. So was the man. Police found no break-in, no sign of Jenna, no blood, just the name Delilah, carved into every wall. If you made it this far, thank you for listening to this story. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing for more unsettling, true horror tales.